Hello students, welcome to Social Science with Shilpa. So in today's class, we are going to continue from where we left here previously. So we talked about in the previous module about the Constitution of India. We talked about why it is known as the soul of democracy. So in today's lesson, we are going to pick up the topic, the importance of the Constitution. Why every country needs a Constitution. So there are four basic reasons why we would say that the constitution is important for every country. So the first is it defines the basic nature of our society. Then second, it describes the nature of the country's political system. Then the third is the constitution also protects the interests of the minority against the domination of the influential sections of the society. And the fourth and last is constitution should safeguard us against choices that might have undesirable effect on rules and principles of a country. So let us pick up each and every importance one by one in the coming slides. So the first, it defines the basic nature of our society. So when I say basic nature of society, it refers to the people. What is their ideology? What do they promise to support or they agree to abide by? So those values are defined in the constitution. So it defines the basic nature. It deals with the ideals that all citizens believe and they agree to uphold, they agree to support. So in these pictures, as you can see, we can see the variety of people from different profession. Here we can see a child who is disabled, differently abled, sorry, and there are other people who are physically fit. So here it does not refers to only those who are in power, their ideology or their principle, what they believe. No, it refers to society as a whole, country as a whole, what principles or values they believe in, and they want those values to be used in governing the country. So that is what is defined in the constitution. So this was the first. And the second, sorry. So in the second importance of constitution, so here we have, it describes the nature of country's political system. So here when I say political system, I mean to say the system that can be a monarchy or a dictatorship or a democracy. It can be any. So when I say political system, and if I talk about our country, especially our country, India, where we have democracy, so here the people have the power to speak. People are supreme. They use their right to vote, the universal electoral franchise, which is provided to us by the constitution to elect our representatives. They are, they are entitled to speak if they find anything which is any law made by government which is not in favor of them. They have the right to participate, to speak up. It may be through strikes, rallies, signature campaigns, dharnas, etc. So how does it describe the nature of country's political system? It describes the election procedure. It describes the minimum age to contest an election. It describes the powers and responsibilities of the government. And moreover, it stops the misuse of the power by the government. I'll take a small example of a classroom scene. There is a monitor who wants to teach another boy a lesson. Maybe they might have been some enmity previously. So in the absence of teacher, what does the monitor do? When the teacher comes back, that child tells the teacher that so and so boy was misbehaving, was talking for the whole time and the teacher was not there in the class. So what does the teacher do? If she believes that monitor, she may punish the boy. But if she would have seen the camera recording the class, she may come to know that what was the actual situation. So this is what we say misuse of the power. The monitor misused his power. Similarly, the political parties, those who are in power, those who are ruling, they may tend to use their power. They may tend to misuse their power. So that can be curbed, curtailed with the constitution, because the constitution lays down the do's and don'ts of the government, of the political parties. So this is what the second importance is of the constitution. Coming to the third importance, that is the protecting the interest of the minority against the dominant or the influential section of society. Here I would give you example of a society where people of one society are dominating the people of another society. With a small example, I would elaborate this point. In a class, for example, there are two groups. One group wants to play football in the games period and the other group wants to play cricket. But they have just one ground. So they may go to the teacher that, ma'am, we want, some may say, ma'am, we want to play cricket. Some may say, ma'am, we want to play football. Please tell how can we play? Then a teacher may get a simplest way to find out. She may say, okay, let's do it by hand raise. So, and if the particular game is supported by more students, that only that game will be played and not the other. So in other words, we can say that minority suffered, because what the minority wanted was not agreed upon, because the majority wanted to play a particular game. So this is what is the role of the constitution. It protects the interest of the minority. Similarly, a teacher may say that half a period one group can play and the other half period the other group can play, by keeping in mind the interest of both the majority and the minority group and protecting them from the domination of the influential section of society. Like one more example from our Indian history only, that previously the Dalits, the untouchables, were badly treated by the upper Varnas. So the constitution, keeping that thing in mind, protecting the interest of the minority, the Dalits, they made a provision in the constitution that untouchability is a punishable offense. They admitted the Dalits to enter the temples. Moreover, one more example from the Indian society only. It happens, people from one part of a country, if they go to another part, and if they're physically, they look different from that majority group living there, it happens, sometimes it happens that they are ill treated by the dominant or the majority group or the influential section of society. So bullying is also one type of dominance. Sometimes it happens in the school also. That is why, and the ragging part, which was done usually in the colleges, that is also prohibited by the college and the university management, because it is like domination by one group over another. Who are less in number or who are new to that group, they are being dominated or exploited by the influential section of society. Next, we have the fourth and the last importance of the constitution, that is constitution should safeguard us against choices that might have undesirable effect on rules and principles of a country. Sometimes we have two options to choose from, and we may get lured by the easier option, but that sometimes it is said a shortcut may be a long cut. Similarly, a simple example from our routine lives, like you have class test tomorrow and you forgot during the day. Once you came from school, you slept, you had your lunch, and it was your time to go to play, and suddenly when you checked your link book, it reminded you about the class test. So now you have to choose between two, either to study or to play. Your friends are calling from your bulk, they are calling that why are you coming or not, why are you taking so late, a long time to come. Now you have to decide. So sometime it happened, we tend to make some wrong choices. But here, if you have made a choice that I should sit and study so that I can get good marks, and if you sit and study and you get good marks in your test, you feel proud of yourself that yes, I made a right choice. But sometimes it may happen we are lured by some other attraction, and we may get, or we may choose something undesirable, or which is undesirable for the country, or which is against the principles of the country. So constitution safeguards us. It stops us from making any such choice which have any undesirable effect on the policies, rules and principles of the country. Like take one example from our country only. There are so many political parties, and once election takes place, then if one party does not get a clear majority, then coalition, and then it takes a very long time to get one proper government in a particular state or at a country level. So sometimes we may feel it's better to have dictatorship, no need of so many political parties, so much of money is spent in conducting elections, and so many things may come in our mind. But if we think about that thing in a long run, it have an undesirable effect on the rules and principles of the country. Since, because we know today we are thinking dictatorship is good, but it may or may not be that good as we are thinking about it. So in other words, I would say constitution protects us from making wrong decisions. So this is all about the importance of constitution. So next we'll talk about the making of the Indian constitution. So based on this today's notes and the previous notes, you can do these following questions. And I'm very much sure you like the today's video. So please do share, like and subscribe if you have not yet done till now. So my channel name is Social Science with Shilpa. And do give your valuable suggestions and comments in the description box below. Thank you. God bless you all.